So this motorcycle only has 5 gears. So you might ask this question to me that whether I'm missing that 6th gear. So I have to say that what's up YouTube, welcome to the review of the Apache RTR 204V BS6 edition. So again 7 days with the motorcycle and almost riding from 500 to 600 kilometers. Here I am with my observations. So let's get right into the video. So I was riding this motorcycle mostly on highways, like almost 500 kilometers on the highway and 100 kilometers in the city. So just got a good understanding about this motorcycle by now. And overall, I have to say that this motorcycle, the Apache RTR 200, is a very good street motorcycle and a beginner tourer. So when you see overall the design, it looks very good. To be honest, I have to say that I'm a huge fan of the previous version, RTR 200 headlight. This one is not that bad, okay, I have to say that, because in photos it's not looking that great, but in real life it looks much better. And it's much purposeful also, because when I was riding it a couple of days back in the city and it was raining heavily and the headlights were doing a good job. No complaints with it. But what I liked about the motorcycle is like how this looks. It looks stunning and it has a really nice exhaust note. So it's an attention grabber inside the city. And when it comes to the riding ergonomics and all, it's a street bike. It's a very comfortable upright riding posture motorcycle with a little bit of sportiness. I can show you that. So with my height, I feel comfortable on this motorcycle. Like, it's not a too tall motorcycle, neither a short motorcycle. The foot pegs are like, I cannot say it is forward set, neither I can say that it is rightly underneath you. So in a way that it is slightly forward set, that's all, not too much, which gives you a bit of sportiness and more of comfort. And this will be my normal riding stance. I have to put a little bit of lean angle to grab onto the handlebar. So that's what I told. It has a bit of a sportiness, and what it adds is like more control on the motorcycle, and it can give you a feel that you are riding a race motorcycle. And of course this feels like, okay, when you're revving it high, this feels like a race motorcycle. So from this angle it doesn't look small at all, okay. If you're looking at the 200 or 150cc segment, this motorcycle feels huge in this segment, but nevertheless it's not heavy and all. But I'm telling that from this angle you feel that this tank and everything will give you a feel that you are riding a big motorcycle. Yes, a bit of a sportiness, and mostly concentrating on street riding, that too a sporty street riding. And I told that this is a beginner tourer also, so I have made a different video for that, covering all the aspects you need when you're thinking from a touring point of view. So you can watch that video. So if you look in the handlebar, we see all basic switches here. So this is the engine kill switch and the ignition. So this is a one touch ignition. You just press it once and the engine is on. And here on the side you have the pass switch and the high beam and low beam. And this I button is to control your notification from your mobile. By the way, this instrument cluster can be connected with your mobile phone with a TVS X Connect app. So this button is for managing the notification, like messages, calls and all those things. So this is the indicator switch and horn switch, that's all. So everything basic, but only outstanding button is this I button. So when you turn this on, the dash is nice and readable. But I'll say that this is readable even in sunny conditions. I didn't face any issues in that. And this has a hell lot of information. And here you have the fuel level indicator, the tachometer, the trip meters, the odometer and the trip meter, the speedometer. And you have 2 trip meters in this. Yes, you have 2 trip meters and one lap timer and a top speed. So I did this 131. I'll talk about this when I come to the engine part of this motorcycle. And you have the gear position indicator, that's all, and all the basic switches. So only one thing which I see missing on this console is that you really don't have a side stand indication or a side stand sensor. So that's all. And as I told, yes, this is for the low beam and this is for the high beam, and it serves the purpose. I'm pretty much satisfied with the throw it is giving, even when it was raining heavily. And to talk about the tires are giving good grip, okay. So when I was riding in rain, I can feel that it has decent amount of grip even when I was pushing the motorcycle to the limits. Wet grip and dry grip is like superb, but once it touches slush, okay, it's altogether a different game. After that it's all comfortable and it has good grip, okay. And cornering confidence is very nice. It doesn't feel so heavy at all. It has the right kind of heaviness that you need when you are cornering and all. Even for the high speeds, this kind of heaviness is okay. It gives good confidence. Brakes are kind of okayish. It's more beginner friendly if you are upgrading from a scooter, or even if you are starting with this motorcycle. I'll say that the brakes are forgiving. It's a bit spongy. It has a very progressive braking feel. I feel like it could have had a little more bite if you are looking from a experienced rider point of view. and the exhaust sounds superb. Okay, I'm really impressed with the sound of the exhaust. I really love the way the RTR 200 sounds. Yeah, you might be thinking that in my NS 200 video also I told that I love the exhaust note of the NS 200. I have to say that NS 200 is not bad at all. It is just one step below from this motorcycle. That's what I want to say. I'll say that I'll rate 9 out of 10 for this motorcycle and 8.5 out of 10 for NS 200. Then you could ask me why I'm not giving 10 out of 10. I'll give that to a different motorcycle, which is a Mojo 300. Not the current Mojo, the previous version of Mojo with the twin silencer. So that sounds awesome. According to me, that's the best sounding single cylinder motorcycle. So let's come back to the review of this motorcycle. So the engine feels very nice, very linear. A really nice motorcycle to start with. So the low end is not that outrageously powerful, which throws you off and all. But when you're really revving on to the mid RPMs or the higher RPMs, you'll feel that it's kind of a race motorcycle. The character of the motorcycle change. The design is like 10 out of 10. I have to say that. Look at that. So coming to the suspension, the front suspension is like really set in a soft way. This is giving good comfort during highway rides as well as very bad roads that I see in Bangalore. So no problem with it. So compared to the front suspension, I feel the rear suspension is little bit tighter. I'm not telling that too tight, but overall the motorcycle is giving good comfort to the rider. So these white stripes that you see over here, they are not just stripes, they are like the DRLs of this motorcycle. These are lights. So let's go for a ride. So before that, I'll explain you about the seat. The seat is wide, it's very cushioned. I have to say that even if you are a little onto a chubby side, no problem, you'll be comfortable on this motorcycle. And coming onto the pillion seat also, I feel pillion seat is also decently wide enough for hefty rider, no problem with it. And the grab rails are not interfering with the thighs of the pillion, so that's a good thing. And the position of the pillion foot peg is also nice. It's a forward set foot peg for the pillion, so again more comfort to the pillion. So let's go for the ride. And these mirrors are giving good visibility. Okay, no complaints about it. And I forgot to tell you one thing, that this motorcycle also comes with the same technology which I mentioned for the Apache RR310, which is the glide through technology, which helps the rider to ride inside the city without pushing your throttle too much. So if you haven't seen my RR310 video, I'll explain you what glide through technology is. So when you're in slow speeds, especially inside city and all, some motorcycle need to be revved a little bit, right? You just push it and you give that kick. You really don't have to do on this motorcycle as well as the RR310, because in the first 2 gears you just have to leave the clutch gently and keep it rolling in the first 2 gears. So gently leave the clutch, the motorcycle will be rolling. Shift to the second gear, gently leave the clutch. There is no knocking. This is called glide through technology. This is what you need when you are really in bad traffic. You don't have to push it with the accelerator and keep it rolling. And I forgot to mention one thing, man, the clutch feel. So the clutch feel is extremely light, which again is a very good feature when you are considering this as a city motorcycle. And to talk about the gearbox is like absolutely crisp. Until now, about the 500-600 kilometers, not even one false neutrals or any kind of glitches in the gearbox. Absolutely happy with it. And of course this comes with a slipper clutch, so you can aggressively downshift. So let's try that once. The rear tire is not getting locked up. So let me show the power to you in a very linear fashion now. So if you notice, the low end RPM is not that aggressive, which throws you out. But in the mid RPMs, you feel that yeah, this motorcycle is a little powerful and you can get that punch. And I have to say that this motorcycle, the motor itself is very rev happy. The red line is showing 9k in the dial. I can see that mark over there, but I can take it up to 11k RPM. So for a 200cc motorcycle, that too a 5-speed, I feel that 11k is a very good RPM where you can go up to. And that too, the motorcycle is not stressed. So that's the point. So this motorcycle only has 5 gears. So you might ask this question to me, that whether I'm missing that 6th gear. So I have to say that I really don't miss the 6th gear at all, because if you have seen my FZ25 video, the only one thing missing in that motorcycle is the 6th gear. I'm telling that because if you are cutting the throttle, then you feel that the on and the off transition of the throttle will be felt on the motorcycle really badly. So that jerk you will feel. But on this motorcycle, I'm not feeling that at all. See, this is very linear. If you are opening the throttle, it's slowly picking up the speed, and when you are cutting the throttle, it's not giving that jerk at all. So that's what I told. I'm not that much missing the 6th gear. Now let me take it a little harder. That's what I told. If you are pushing it hard, you will get a feel that you are riding a single cylinder race motorcycle. And I have to say that this motorcycle is like very refined. I don't have any complaints about it. When you're really revving it hard to the nuts, okay, I can see that there is a slight vibration on the seat, that's all. Otherwise everything is understandable. And the top speed I could do is 131 km on this motorcycle. I'll upload a different video for that. And I feel this can go to 129, and after that it was locking, but I got the 130 or the 131 after locking it for a long time. Otherwise I'll say an easy cruise speed on this motorcycle is like somewhere from 80 to 110 km per hour, which is like very decent on Indian highways. And looking from the ownership point of view, I really don't know the price of this motorcycle at this point in time, so it's there in the first comment, you can check it out. And this motorcycle goes to service once in 6,000 kilometers, charging from 1,000 to 1,500. That's like a very good deal. I'm talking about the paid service, and of course the part change and everything will cost you additional, that's all. And I'm truly happy with the mileage this motorcycle is giving. Okay, over the internet I was finding people getting around 35 and 36 and all, but I was riding sanely on this highway, and I think I even got 40 or 42. I'm kind of very impressed with that kind of a mileage with a 200cc motorcycle. That's why I'm surprised. So let's see who all can look on to this motorcycle, the RTR 200. So in my opinion, if you're looking for a budget friendly city motorcycle, definitely this is a very good choice. Even if you're upgrading from a 150cc motorcycle or a scooter, or if you're starting out of nowhere, this motorcycle is a brilliant choice, because coming from 150cc motorcycle, you can have fun on this motorcycle in the mid and the high RPMs. If you're coming from a scooter or you're starting, then the low end to the mid ranges are like beautiful. You can learn easily, you can get into that flow. And city riding with a pillion is like not at all a problem. The seats are comfortable. The only one nitpicking that I did on this motorcycle is having a bit more aggressive brake on this, otherwise nothing. And if you're looking for a beginner tourer, then of course certainly this is a very good choice. I told that 90 to 110 is the sweet spot on this motorcycle if you're on this kind of a highway. My detailed touring review will be uploaded on this channel after a week or so. So that's all about my observations about this motorcycle after using this long. And I hope this video is helpful for the people who wanted to buy this motorcycle. And as always, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.